Liverpool break here. They've got Sadio Mane, not too much else. And that's N'Golo Kanté for you. He won the ball, and he tries to trigger an attack. Chelsea look to end this sequence of successive defeats in FA Cup finals. Winning here 3 in a row was almost unthinkable for them. Looked in the first 20 minutes as though it was almost certain for them. They sorted themselves out.
I'd even go as far to say in that first 20 minutes it was almost as if they were waiting to be beaten. They looked shell-shocked, they looked as though they were too open, there's not enough energy about them. Somehow they got themselves back into the game. There was a couple of chances on the counter-attack. They started winning the ball back in good areas.
Without Lukaku, it's Pulisic through the middle, supported by Ziyech and Mount. Trying to give maybe a bit more trickery to the approach play.
He doesn't look particularly happy, does he,
no.
Virgil van Dijk?
No. Still got plenty of leadership out there. Henderson, of course, is a very much captain. There's probably Firmino wondering the opportunity might not for him. Mane's a very loud voice in the dressing room. Milner, of course, captain in all but name, really. Matip, we mentioned already. Robertson, the captain of Scotland. His maturity. Rudiger has played quite conservatively from his point of view. Chelsea have never really been so dominant. For him to come charging out in that sort of left-sided position, crossing the halfway line, like James is doing here. That's good work by Matip, setting a tune to the business. Pulisic again, he's done so many promising things.
Well, they were trying to claim an offside, Liverpool, but you can see that Alexander-Arnold was 2 or 3 yards behind everybody else, but Matip does really well to get back across there, having just come on, just into the pace of the game.
And they're crowding Alisson. He gets his head to it. Dropped in behind. It was a complete miscue by Mount. Early from Jota, quite as accurately as they would have wanted. Giving Chelsea a few extra seconds to compose themselves defensively. And N'Golo Kanté makes sure nothing adversely happens with Diaz's presence again, a threat. But just that fact that he had to chase the ball, Luis Diaz.
Good defending, wasn't it? Kanté. He almost invited Diaz to go down the outside and then just showed a burst of pace.
Alexander-Arnold got control of the ball. Pulisic. Alonso. Ziyech is the target. There's a shove by Konate. Nothing from Craig Pawson. Ziyech making too much of it. Worth a shout, as they say.
It's certainly worth a shout, but the pass wasn't a great one.
He might have been offside anyway. Liverpool come again. Thiago. And Matip. To Diaz. Rudiger fronts him up. Henderson. "15 minutes each way. Extra time. Still sun-kissed Wembley.
wasn't interested, was he, Craig Pawson? Doesn't need to play it in the air, Alonso. He could just roll it into the space. Just gets too much on it. Was there a little shove? May have been, but not enough for the referee to give a penalty. He wanted a penalty, of course he did.
Beautifully taken. Diaz's pass by Mane. Rudiger gets back at him and has too much for Sadio Mane. And that's takes a bit of doing, to be honest. And keeps it in. Conte.
You made a comment a few moments ago. Rudiger hasn't driven forward. He's played within himself. He's defended very well. He's had a job to do today. To start with, to mark Salah. Salah went off, and it was to stay almost in a left-back position, but he's just been a very good defender. What a bit of pace that was from him.
Jorginho. Here's Alonso. Strange. I must say, they don't quite know how to win, but they're absolutely determined not to lose. And it's Luis Diaz who's going off for the return of Roberto Firmino, one of Klopp's old faithfuls, if you like. He's 30 now. Salah's coming up to 30. Mane is 30. So those three have done so much together since their mid-20s.
Yeah, what a performance from Diaz, apart from just curling one or two shots inside the post. His threat, his movement, his pace with the ball was excellent.
Alonso, there is Firmino and all his teammates. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, of whom we haven't seen too much in the back row there. He's won the FA Cup with Arsenal. Thiago Silva, halfway through the first period of extra time. Chelse used to be a ball boy for Chelsea. Now playing in a cup final. Others have that responsibility. Mount! That kind of shooting has been the reason why we're still here.
Well, that could have happened about 5 or 6 times before. Somebody cut it in on their right foot, look as though they've hit it with a lot of pace, bending past the far post.
There is a different ball used in the FA Cup. Whether the players feel that maybe there's not quite the purchase they can get on it.
There you can see Liverpool have dominated in terms of attempts, but not enough on target from both sides.
Pulisic. Rudiger a bit further forward. Chalobah likewise. James. Ziyech. When you get the touch, you think it's going to be the goal. Pulisic going in. A lovely ball from Ziyech.
Yeah, good defending on this occasion by Alexander-Arnold. Alonso was in behind him.
Pulisic in front of him. Chelsea just trying to turn the screw here. Come back in again from Mount, where it's blocked. Right, go back where we started with another corner. Mount on duty again.
You could say there's no Virgil van Dijk in the box, but when you look at Matip and Konate, still two very good headers of the ball.
Rudiger. Boys coming from deeper. It's a poor corner though. They're still in there though. Those in yellow. We were hoping for a better delivery from Mount. Looks rather tempted into that, Thiago. And the pressure stays on. A couple of corners, a free kick now.
Yeah, they've had enough of Mason Mount's corners or free kicks. A couple of poor ones. They've sent him away. Over comes Ziyech.
Rudiger and Chalaba. We'll get free. Marcos Alonso's very good in the air as well. Touched away. Very good touch from Matip. Just have to glance it too much on it and it could be flying into the corner of Alisson's net. Don't touch it at all and it could still be flying in by a Chelsea head into a corner of Alisson's net. They are locked together, these two. Another chance for Chelsea to break it open. Another time when the goal is not really threatened by an effort at it.
Yeah, Thiago Silva, as he's done quite often in Chelsea colours, is first to the ball in the box. He's not the biggest centre-back, but he's got good movement. At times his jumps well, just trying to flick it into that far post.
He's scored 5 goals for them. By Chalaba.
Biting stuff for all the fans inside this stadium.
The crowd doing their best to keep the energy in the legs, the belief in the hearts. I'm sure that's still there. We're into territory where one misjudgment, one miscalculation, one moment of pure inspiration turn parity into victory. Hardly done by Liverpool FA. Did well to win the header, and he's done not quite as well with the pass, but Liverpool still got it with Firmino. Pulisic put in a lot, so to pick himself up. A very involved game. Matic. Milner. Arriving. Thiago Silva reading and then wincing. As you said earlier, Stuart, that he's done very, very well. If he's feeling pain, he's disguised it. Milner. Corner for Liverpool. Right on the cusp of half-time in extra time.
Now it's up to the likes of Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Chalaba, Alonso in that near post space. They've got to defend this for Chelsea. Matip and Konate, they'll be the threat.
Roberto Firmino, of course, is on the scene now. Get free. Back by Mendy. In by Henderson. Must be half-time. It is. Anything you've spotted, Stuart, to suggest it might go one way or the other?
Well, I think Chelsea started to control the flow of the game. The substitutions that Klopp has made, they're playing a bit off the cuff at the moment, Liverpool. You can just see there's more of a pattern about Chelsea. They've decided to not go with Lukaku. They obviously haven't got Lukaku on the pitch now. They've got the 3 players that are rotating their positions up front. Conte's doing a good job in the midfield. So at the moment, I would say Chelsea, if anybody is to win it in extra time, I think it could be Chelsea.
We're still 0-0, halfway through extra time. goalkeepers will be starting to think. I don't know what Mendy's thoughts will be. He proved the manager wrong from a couple of months ago. How much can you take on? How much can you take on board as a player in these circumstances, Stuart?
Not very much at this stage of the game. Yes, the manager might be able to say one or two things, tweak one or two things. Do you want to run past your opponent, or do you want to stay goal side of him and just make sure you don't lose the game? A lot of players moan about a penalty shootout, but quite often they play for a penalty shootout because they don't want to lose in extra time.
So blue is the colour at that end of the ground.
I think that was a song made in 1970 when Chelsea first won the FA Cup, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Against Leeds United.
Then they had replays. And they won in a replay at Old Trafford.
Probably the dirtiest game of football you will ever see.
Well, the first one was pretty bad as well, wasn't it? The game at Wembley on a very poor Wembley pitch. Finished 2-2. Jordan Henderson still cajoling. They'll listen to him. Thiago has a lot of experience. We're seeing Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who came on much earlier in the FA Cup semi-final here and opened the scoring. A 2-0 win. And here's Loftus-Cheek. And the captain's on. It's Caesar. And it's Chalobah who's gone off, not Thiago Silva, which is Chelsea good news. They'll need his sense of control at the back. No disrespect to the youngster, who's done very well, Trevor Chalobah, who's always the other Chalobah to Nathaniel, who played once for England and won the Premier League medal with Chelsea a few years back.
Azpilicueta's gone into the right-sided centre-half position. James is going to stay at wing-back.
So we're 15 minutes away from another penalty shootout at Wembley between these two.